Now, what is up, my fellow prod coders? Welcome to this video, and today we're going to finish the implementation of our JSON Web Signature server-to-server communication with the RSA algorithm. Now, we are already pretty far. The only thing we still need to do is we need to actually make use of our token configuration in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import the token config from like the file we created, token config, and that's pretty much it. And I'm just going to delete like these two things. So we only have these two methods. And what we now need to do is we need to make the call to the correct method. So I'm just going to say token config.get signing config, and I'm just going to pass the subject. And I think this returns like an object with options and with a secret. And I think we need to do the exact same thing here. But before we do that, we need to put the secret here and the options. Okay, that's fine. And then I think we can just copy this and paste it in here. But instead of the signing config, we're just going to get the verify config, where we don't need like this subject. And then we will just pass the secret and the options. And now, as you can see, it gets like pretty nice, because our services implementation is like super simple, because we basically externalized all the hard work over here. And yeah, I think that is pretty good. Now, one more thing I noticed, I think in the previous videos, like I made a mistake, because we set the, wait, where is it? Yeah, here. We set the subject of the token to the partner server name, and that is not correct, because the subject is basically the user, like who is using this claim. So there's like the distinction, right? You have the audience. This is to whom you send the client, to whom you send the token to. This would be the partner server. The issuer is like the server itself, because it's producing its own token. And the subject is also the server itself. So I think what we can do here is we just need to say server name, and then it should be correct. And now I'm not quite sure if we're still using partner server name somewhere. Yeah, so you see we only have it here, and we have it here in the options, so I think we can get rid of it. Yeah, sorry for the confusion. I think now it should be correct. But if you have any comments or like if you find out something different, please let me know, because I'm constantly improving this thing. Cool. So now that we have this, and now that we are making use of our token configuration, the only thing we need to do is we need to get our keys, right? And for this, let's just go to the RSA generated website, like of this person here, travistdwell.com, JS encrypt demo. And I'm just going to pick like a 2048-bit key, and I'm going to generate a key. Now, typically you would do this with OpenSSL, but I don't want to, get into the details of OpenSSL, because that's like an entirely different story, and all these commands and that kind of stuff. So that's why I thought it's probably easier to just generate like a key pair online with this key pair generator. But you see, like it takes super long, or maybe it's already finished. I'm not quite sure. So I'm just going to click again. Here it is. Okay, so now we have a private key. So I'm just going to copy this, and I'm just going to say that this is our server A private key. And I already did it here because for the preparation of the video, but I'm just going to do it again. So I'm just going to create these 4 files that we expect here. Server A private key, server A dash public key, and then server b dash private dot key and server b dash public dot key. Yeah, and now we have 4 new files over here, and I'm going to paste this thing in here. Please do not modify anything, like also leave out these begin RSA private key and end RSA private key. Do not edit the amount of dashes or anything here. Just leave it exactly as it is. That's like very important. Don't mess like with RSA keys, because if you just change like one single thing in here, it will not work. Cool. So now we have another, now we copy the public key. So what can we do now? I'm just going to generate like a new key, and this is going to be my server B, and I'm going to copy the public key as well, and I'm going to paste it here. Yeah, and I think that should be it pretty much. Now what we should do is we should test this. So I'm just going to run the server, like server B, and I'm just going to run the server A. So now we have 2 servers, one running on port 3000, one running on port 8080. And now we somehow need to trigger the exchange of data. So I'm just going to hit this produce endpoint of port 8080, and I'm just going to see what happens. Wow, that was quick. Let's check. Okay, so apparently we hit like this endpoint, then it said, okay, I'm going to send something to server A. I got like a positive response, and this is like the token that server A got. Yeah, and I think now it's correct. So in the previous HMAC video, I think it's like incorrect, but the subject claim is also optional. So now we see, okay, the token was issued by server B. The subject is actually server B, and the audience is localhost 3000 or like, I don't know, server A. So it can either be like a URL or like the actual name. Typically, you probably go like for the URL. Yeah, so that's it pretty much. So you kind of see that we were able to do a server-to-server communication, and this time around with RSA-based JSON Web Signature tokens. So that's pretty good, because now we basically support both things. So we support both HMAC and RSA. And I would say this pretty much concludes like this JSON Web Signature server-to-server communication tutorial series. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you kind of saw how it works and when to use what. And yeah, the next time you come across like JWT, like you know what you're talking about and you know like how things work. So again, thank you very much for watching. Please make sure to give the video a thumbs up. If you have a question or a remark, or like you want to see some improvement, please let me know in the comment. You can also reach out to me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @productioncoder. And I have created an email list. So if you guys want to have a say in what we do next on this channel, you can just leave your email address there. And every once in a while, I'm just going to send an email around, and then we can talk about new content. So again, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next video.